I guess it helps if I add myself to the stage. Hello, everybody. Sorry about that little technical difficulty. Lively conversation in the chat today. I love it. For being a middle grade author, you would think that I would not be interested in all the swear words, but my children will tell you I have a mouth like a sailor. Anyway, I'm happy to see everybody today. Hello, hello, hello. This fine Tuesday, December 16th. It seems like everybody's complaining about the weather. I too was complaining about the weather earlier today, but my complaints will probably get a big eye roll from all of you. I was mad because it was only 76 degrees this morning and I had to put on socks. So that is hashtag Florida problem. Uh, you would think that after having lived in New England, 76 degrees in the winter wouldn't be any big deal. But when you're used to it being a lot hotter, 76 feels pretty cool. So everybody, let me see. I am going to go ahead and try and get myself all set up here. The sprints, by the way, are not linked today because we were trying a new process to see if we could automate having them populate, and they are automated now, which is amazing. I don't have to make each one individually. But the difficult thing is I don't have editing capabilities because Robert used the API to link one sprint to the next. So I did put them in the YouTube description right here. And I am going to go ahead and put the first one in the chat right now. So that's the very first sprint. The last little piece of housekeeping that I wanted to tell everybody in the last couple of minutes before the sprint starts is that we at Dabble, the Dabble staff, we are off for the holidays next week and the week after. So from December 22nd until January 5th, we will be out of office, which means that there are no sprints those weeks. So I know that probably gets a big aw from some of the people watching, but that doesn't mean that you guys can't orchestrate your own sprints in wordsprints.org. So you guys are actually really good at doing that. And so if you need to, and actually let me go ahead and let me share my screen. I'm going to share my entire screen. Actually, let me cancel that for a second. Let me shut down my text messages before I do that. Let me see. Oh, work is on. Good. Okay, I think I can. So let me share my screen and show you guys how you can find if somebody has actually done a sprint. So if you go to wordsprints.org and type it in, this is what it looks like. You can set up your own sprints, personal or group here. If you set up group, you can make it public. And if you make it public, the great thing is it ends up being listed here. So you can see these are the sprints that Robert made, 1, 2, and 3 for today. And for tomorrow as well, 1, 2, and 3. So again, and let me find my back button. If you go to wordsprints.org and you do a group sprint and you click publicly listed right here, it will then list your sprint. Go back to where we were. It will then list your sprint here where it says join a sprint, and other people can find it and join. So anyway, that was my little bit of a down and dirty tutorial for you. So our sprints are starting in 18 seconds. Good luck, everybody. Yes, Linda says I have that tab bookmark. I'm motivated. Excellent, excellent. All right, everybody, here we go. 5 seconds, and I will see you in 20 minutes. Okay, everybody. I think that's the end of our first sprint. Let me make sure that we share the second sprint with everybody in the chat here. How did you guys do? I was trying to connect the end of one chapter with the beginning of another chapter that I think had already had a revision pass. And so I was like, something about this doesn't quite, there's a little disjointed. So hi, Keo and Athena, Zarintha, David, Ashley. Hello, Berlin. I'm not scrolling too far back in the chat, but I see we've got quite a few people here today. Athena said 461, admittedly slow. That's right. You've been stuck in this chapter for ages. I sort of feel the same about the one I'm in now. David, 272. Zarintha, 55. 55 is better than nothing. Plus, your hubby got home from work early, which is fantastic. So, did you guys know that this is, sorry, Emily. I was trying to here we go. Did you guys know that you can listen to the work in Dabble? And I think the voices that you have to choose from depends less on Dabble and more on what browser you're in. If I'm not mistaken, we have a read to me feature. I don't actually use it all that often myself, but I know Randall works on it all the time. He's worked really hard to make that one happen. So that's super cool, you guys. So if you haven't tried it out, try it out. It's pretty fun. Yeah, you can choose the voice within Dabble, but I know some people have more choices than other people. And that's the part that I think depends on maybe the browser that you're using. I use Chrome. So actually, here I can share my screen right here and show you guys, since we have 2 minutes and 41 seconds. You're not going to be able to hear it. But if I pull this out, I have to think about, because I do have, there we go. So you click and it's under, I think, Word Tools. Yep, Word Tools. And at the bottom, it says read to me. And if I click it, I have like a bazillion different voices to choose from. But I don't think everybody has that, but you choose your voice and then you click read to me. And then it will read it to you. So I realize I have on my headphones and you guys don't necessarily hear what I hear. But yeah, so, and you can catch a lot of mistakes that way. The funny thing is, the first time I finished a novel, and I had done all my revision passes and I was getting ready to pitch it, I actually called a couple of my friends who met me on Zoom, and I gave them each an e-copy of my manuscript. And we sat on Zoom and we went through, I think, the first 3 chapters, which was like the first 25 pages, which I know is a typical number that like agents might ask for. And they took turns reading it to me. So one would read a page or two, and then the next would read a page or two, and then the third would read a page or two. Having someone read it to you, you totally catch where they get caught up in it too, which is the one thing about having a human do it besides the computer. And it's kind of amazing. So let me make sure that I share the Word Sprints link with you guys in the chat one more time, since they are not connected to each other. I'm so sorry, but it is really, really fun that Robert was able to automate setting those up for us. But we've got 30 seconds before we jump right in. So how many of you guys are revising? Like, just out of curiosity, like, is anybody drafting or is anyone revising? Just put the word drafting or revising in the chat. They are connected. If you're talking about revising and drafting, sometimes they are. All right, 5 seconds. I will see you guys in 20 minutes. Okay, second sprint is done. How did everybody do that time? And let's see, what are we doing? Deep in revision, doing both. Oh, David's writing new. Of course, you're writing new, David. Marcel, drafting. Christina, researching. Revising. I see revising. Cicely, Kio's doing both as well. Ashley, it's still drafting, but it's fanfic. So I'll publish it as soon as I finish. Nice. Rain, midnight, both, depending on my mood, for sure. So let's see. Ashley got 617, Linda 308, Athena 269. I may or may not have gotten distracted. I feel you. I feel you. I this morning put some of those binaural beats or whatever. I tried to listen to that for a little while. I don't know how well it worked because then I realized I had to go back and watch a video that had words in it. So that was kind of a short-lived focus experiment for me. But anyway, if you guys have any good like websites for that, I just went to YouTube and looked it up. I also thought about subscribing to brain.fm. I don't know. Does anybody subscribe to that? I'd be really curious if you like it or what. I used to always do Coffeetivity, like the coffee shop sounds. I like that, but I think Brain FM said that they also had some of the ambient sounds, and but that it would go back and forth between the two sides. So I don't know. Curious if anybody likes that. Let me go ahead and share the third sprint. Starts in about 3 minutes. So I'm going to share that link right here. Let's see. Bond says, oh, you got a new hard drive? And a hard drive and hardware to recover data. Oh, no words but tons of money. That's on your math blog, right? Oh, that stinks. NJ, ooh, 97,000 on your nano project. Hoping to wrap it up by 100,000. Getting close for sure. That's awesome. And so what NJ is saying, this is what I ended up doing. I looked up ambient on YouTube. Oh, although I had not ever thought about opening multiple tabs to layer sounds. That's kind of fun. Neat. All right. So let's see. We've got 2 minutes and 13 seconds. So out of curiosity, if you don't mind sharing with me, I kind of know a little bit about what a lot of you are working on, or at least I know your genre. Share with me the working title of your story. I would be really curious to see what everybody's working on. So my working title of the story I'm working on right now is called Welcome to Everywhere, because it takes place in a middle school that is located at the exact center of not just the universe, but the multiverse, where space and time are pulled a little too thin and weird things pop over from all over the multiverse. So let's see, what are some of the names that we have? The Shard Keepers, Revelations. Ooh, I like that one. That sounds cool. League Amaryllis. Ooh, I love this. Chronicles of Life and Death, The Awakening. Ooh, A Tale of the Taken. Oh my gosh, you guys, these are really good. Upload pending. Wait, is that the name of your thing, or are you just teasing me and saying upload pending? Because I think that sounds like an awesome title. Runaway Angel. Ooh, you guys, these are also good. The Blockade. Oh, these are fantastic. Other People's Monsters. Ooh, you know what? Speaking of monsters, I'm like, I don't even know. I know Hank's Murder Town, but I don't know what Doug's Clown Stew book is called, because it has kind of monsters and stuff in it too. Ooh, I feel like I need to text Doug and ask him what his book is, what his stew book is. Yeah, these are awesome, you guys. Berlin, I don't know if you're still in the chat, but if you're here, tell me what your working title is. I don't know that I know your working title. These are great. All right, 8 seconds. Here we go. I'll add it up. I will see you guys in 20 minutes. Bye. All righty. That's the last sprint of the day. How did everybody do? 807 total. Linda, nice. 64 written and edited today. Nice. Let me see. Oh, what was mine? Let me see what I did. I got about 1,200 total, it looks like. So Ashley, 691 that sprint, 2,191 total. Nice. Sarantha, 125. David, 442. Emily, 321. And then some handwritten notes. That's awesome. Athena, 569 there. Sarantha, total 1,261. Nice, nice, nice. So everybody, congrats on a great Tuesday sprint. We have Doug coming back tomorrow for his Wednesday sprints. Hank on Thursday. I believe we even have I think we have a not an office hours, what do you call it, fireside chat tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. I should have looked at the calendar before I started chatting with you guys today, but still lots going on before we take our break in the end of December and the beginning of January. So remember, no sprints next week or the one after. Sprints will resume the week of January 5th when we all come back. Anyway, happy holidays, everyone. Merry Christmas, happy Hanukkah, all the things. Thank you so much for joining us, and I will see you next time. Bye.